Hey, welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a while since I've posted a video, but I haven't had anything really interesting to post for a while. I had a few reviews I wanted to do and that kind of thing, but you know how life gets in the way. However, today I do have an unboxing finally, and honestly it's one that I wasn't sure was going to show up at all. It came from CMON, and as you know, they've been going through some financial difficulties lately, some issues with fulfillment of Kickstarter and crowdfunding stuff. So I wasn't sure if this was ever going to show up, but we got the notification the other day that it was on the way, and it showed up today, and I'm going to pop it open here and take a look at it with you. I've just gotten it out of the box myself, but we'll take a look at it here. It is the Desert War expansion for Dune War for Arrakis. I have not even taken the cellophane off of it yet. And I also ordered it with the hardback book that's the complete rule compendium and everything. Has all the artwork and stuff in it too. So anyway, I'll get this to the table here in a second. We'll take a look at it together and check it out. Okay, so thanks to the magic of editing, I did take the cellophane off already. I just want to make sure that you don't have to sit there and watch, 10 minutes of me trying to struggle with saran wrap. Can't think of anything much more boring than that. Anyway, here's the box for it, obviously. They show you what you get in the contents on the inside here. Oh, there we are. Sorry. And yeah, it's just 19 new miniatures, 2 stands for the ornithopters, 5 more cards, 7 tokens, and a rule book. The rule book part will be interesting. I wonder if this is going to be included in the hardback here, but I'm guessing that it probably will be. But anyway, let's get the lid open up here. So we got the rule book here. Standard, full color, glossy, good artwork. You know, the whole thing with CMON, I don't know what they've been doing with their money. My understanding is they were basically using the crowdfunding from one game to fund another game, and basically robbing Peter to pay Paul. So I don't know what's going on with them these days, but I will say, whatever happens with them in the future, they had good components. So if this is the end for CMON, they're going out with style, because they do have great artwork in this, and the minis are great, and their minis are always great. So that's the rule book. Let's see. Let's take a look at the cards here. Just some new cards for the additional miniatures here. Oh, look, it's saran wrap that I have to open. There we go. Get this out of here. Let's see. It's the Sand Riders, the special attack with the rocket launchers, and Sand Riders. Escort Ornithopters. That's what the new Ornithopters are. Suspensor Troopers. These will be the floating Harkonnen guys like they had in the beginning of Dune Part 2. And a new action space here, which is pretty cool. And one for the Harkonnen side as well. So that's that. Put that back in. Well, I'll put it over here for now. Here's the new tokens. And I was wondering about this, and I'm glad they did it. These are the plastic tokens, which are like the deluxe plastic tokens that I got in the other ones. So it's nice to know that they maintain that. I was afraid there might be a cardboard situation here, but there's not, so that's good. And then the minis themselves. Pop this out. Oh, it's taped. No wonder. Okay. Pop the tape off of that there. Oh, they taped it on all 4 sides. Thanks, guys. Yeah, nice to know that my tariff money went toward well-taped packages. Good grief. There we go. Okay. That open. Okay, so the different units. I'll turn it around here. It'll make a bunch of noise too, if I can do that for you. Get very noisy. So the units here, as I said, they have the 2 new Escort Ornithopters. There you go. Go away. Thank you very much. All right. Anyway, they have the Escort Ornithopters, which are these here. I don't know the rules about it yet. I just got the rule book, but obviously it's defense for the harvesters. So there's 2 of those. Excellent sculpts again. I do like the fact that they kind of are inspired by the movies, the new movies, the Villeneuve movies, but they're not exactly like it. So there's enough there that, like, if your only real knowledge of Dune comes from those movies, nothing looks unfamiliar to you, but it's also kind of its own style and kind of takes some stuff from the novels and of its own thing too, which is nice. These would be the Suspensor Troopers, the Harkonnen Suspensor Troopers. As you can see, they've got their little feet hanging off here. They got the little, jet trails or whatever, which it wouldn't be that, but there's some way you have to have them floating. So maybe it's just kicking up sand or something. But anyway, that's what that is. We've got these new Fremen camps, and they'll have those little tokens under them, for value, for capturing. And then there's the Rocket Trooper Fremen. Oh, there it is. So they got the rocket launcher. Very cool. I think it was like a heavy laser cannon in the movie, but same effect. And then we've got a couple Sandrider Fremen minis, which are really good. I mean, they definitely capture the look of, especially the movies with these guys. But anyway, so that's the minis for that. So that's all the bits and pieces. That's the cards. That's all the tokens and everything that come with the Desert War expansion. Basically, it's just some more stuff to kind of, dare I say, spice up your game a little bit. Add some more functionality to some stuff. Kind of fill in a few weaknesses that may have been there to begin with. That sort of thing. But now, let's take a look at the rule book here. Let me get all this stuff out of the way and move over to the new rule book. So, this is pretty nice. It's a nice hardcover book. Very reminiscent of like the old Dungeons and Dragons manuals from back in the day. It's full color. It's very glossy paper. Good table of contents in it. They do have the Desert War rules in here, which is nice. So it is all contained in here. So that's good. So you don't have to have this and the little pamphlet from the other. This explains what all the components are all the way down the line. And then you got full color. And it is just the game rules, right? But part of it is the fact that they've done the errata on it and fixed some stuff from the FAQ and that kind of thing. So these are the most current, accurate rules of the game. And then as you go through it, the other reason to get it is they've got all this beautiful artwork in here from the cards. Just the various amazing, really nice pieces of art that are bigger here than they are on the cards, which is really nice. I mean, I'm a fan of all the books anyway, and anything I can do that has more, art or, artist interpretation of it or whatever is just amazing to me. So just really great stuff. Yeah, I'm obviously going through it backwards because it's easier to do that with the artwork pages to go through it backwards. But, all the concept art for these things and, it's just really, really nice work. The Guild Navigator from the Spice expansion. So, and all the pieces, all the different Harkonnen units with little quotes, from the books, which is nice, So, I mean, a good chunk of this book is just artwork and like backstory, especially if I get somebody who doesn't know Dune that well and maybe is only familiar with the movies. This kind of gives you more information about them, a little backstory about Irulan. Some people that weren't even in the new movies, like Captain Aramsham and, stuff like that. So there's the Emperor. So here's all the different units. And obviously the Harkonnen have that kind of samurai style to them, which is kind of similar to the style from the Sci-Fi Channel movie, which is kind of cool. So it's kind of a nice touch of that, kind of brought into this. But there's the Fremen units. Very nice. So anyway, that's the artwork. We'll go through everybody. Here's all the main characters: Duncan, Thufir, Gurney, Jessica, Paul Muad'Dib, Duke Leto, and then all the different bits, so just all the different pieces of the game, what they represent, which villages they are, and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's just so much art. I mean, half this book, well, almost half the book. There's 68 pages of rules, and then we go to 127 total. So that's almost half the book is art. I mean, you can see right there, this section is art, and this section is rules. So it's not a whole gigantic rule book where you have to read and know everything how to play the game. The rules aren't that hard. And again, a lot of this is expansions and stuff too. But anyway, a really, really nice little piece of work here. I'm very happy with this. This is a nice little bonus edition that was an add-on for the expansion. You didn't have to get this if you wanted the expansion. You could just get the expansion. But I'm really, really glad I did get this. And I'm really glad they have the summary on the back of the hardcover too. That makes it easier so you don't have to have it open to a page and let it get all messed up while you're playing. So anyway, that is that. I'll go ahead and come back with my final thoughts here in just a second. So that's it. That is the Dune War for Arrakis Desert War expansion and the combined rule book for it there. All in all, it's actually very exciting. I love the game. Adding more to it is always fun. It adds a couple little things that I felt were really kind of needed, so that's nice. I don't know if it's absolutely mandatory to have these things, but I think having them is going to make a big difference and make the game just that little bit better. If you're not familiar with the game, it plays very similar to a little bit of War of the Ring, a little bit of Star Wars Rebellion, but there's also this different, it's more like War of the Ring in the fact that you've got dice that you roll to determine what your actions are going to be, so you're kind of limited by that, and you send your guys out and smash them against each other. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I'm really excited about getting this to the table again. The cool thing about the rule book is most companies don't do kind of omnibus rules like that. They'll do, check our web page for the updated FAQ or download the latest version of the rules. And this is a really nice feature to have, to include this in a game like this. It's kind of unfortunate that it's coming from CMON, who's probably not long for this world. But maybe somebody else will kind of pick up the ball and run with it as far as the kind of production quality that CMON has been known for in the past, up until recently, where they kind of overextended themselves, I guess. But anyway, let me know what you think. Do you have War for Arrakis? Are you going to get it? Are you waiting for this to show up? Did you not get it because you didn't trust CMON? Do you have any other CMON projects you're waiting on that aren't going to show up? Kind of a side note on that, I know there's several other crowdfunding games that they have in the pipeline that people are waiting for, and I saw a flowchart. I don't know where it is right now, but I saw a flowchart where it was like, here's where all their stuff is that they're developing, that they've kickstarted, that they've crowdfunded, because some of it was on GameFound too. And it seems like this one, fortunately, was at the top of the list. So they kind of ran into their financial troubles after this was already in production and getting printed up and everything. So it's kind of past the mark. There's some other ones. I know there's I think it's like a DC Zombicide, DC Comics Zombicide, and I don't know if there's another Marvel one or whatever. I don't really do the Zombicide games too much, but I know there was a couple of those that were kind of in the pipeline that may not happen now. Or maybe somebody else will pick them up, because I know some other company picked up the Zombicide license. I just don't know if they picked up the IP licenses like DC and Marvel and stuff. But anyway, let me know if you have something you're waiting on from CMON and whether you think you're ever going to get it or not. I hope you do. I don't believe I have anything else coming from CMON, so this is probably the last CMON game I'll be getting, or CMON expansion for a game that I'll be getting. But anyway, let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, comment, share, and I will catch you guys on the next one.